howdy. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. In today's matchup, passing may be at a premium, at least for one side. The Cowboys are top 10 at defending the pass, and they'll be going up against the Eagles, who will need to solve that secondary.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. That'll be taken in the end zone. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rules seminar because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. And that's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And they'll run it with Hunter. And he is knocked down from the side. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Second down following the run. Again on the ground with Hunter. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. He'll drop to throw. Now he's flushed out left. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Hunter. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carlson. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here's Hunter. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. This is Hunter. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
He'll look to throw. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
9th play now, this long opening drive. Can they cash it in on 3rd and goal? They'll drop the throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
On 1st and 10, Holt. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 2 yards to go here on 3rd down. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
They to the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. Meanwhile, taking a look at what's going on in KC. And the Chiefs have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And avoids the contact by sliding. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Holt going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A gain of 32 that time.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the...
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Cowboys have recovered. That's probably bringing back nightmares of last week, isn't it?
No doubt about it. Right now I'm looking over at the coaching staff, and I'm seeing the wheels turning in their heads. And you know what is happening? They're remembering how they started the season in camp, even in the offseason where they emphasized ball security, and they're wondering why the message isn't sinking in.
They had 5 turnovers last week, now 1 here in the opening quarter. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll set up a throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Dixon. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. And the D looking like they may blitz. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight end, curling in the middle of the field, so it's great sight lines for him. And when they show their numbers back to the quarterback, when they sit down right there, that should be pitch and catch.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. To throw on 2nd down. Holt. Throw left side complete. That's great. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 40. A good pickup there, a 22. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Operating from the gun, Holt. And that is incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He sets to fire deep. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
Now he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
Well, when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the second level. That offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the second level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
And making those linemen work with a couple blocks. They look good doing it there.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. The second quarter score from KC. And the Chiefs have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
To throw on 3rd down. Holt. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that past the sticks, first down. And his kick is indeed good, but hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. The offense operating inside the 10 at the 8 here. It's 1st and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be knocked down sideways. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there just before halftime. And even 50 yards.
Let's go.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when you intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, you got Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. Now they'll run it on the toss. Got some room at the 30. Room here to run. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got some space here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our... Larry, go back to the green room, my friend. These guys are ready to go again. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They'll run it now out of the gun, and that's a big collision. He's knocked backward as they will mark him down. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down.
Let's go.
On third down, Holt throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Fresh set of downs here. Looking to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 10 more there and another first down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Now they'll run it on the toss. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Back to throw here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. The Eagles on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Holt. Wide open receiver complete. He's at the 30. 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Back to throw now on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be a second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here we go. I got you. Flex round.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Now back to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle and almost intercepted. That would have been his 3rd pick in this game alone. Instead, 4th down. And checking in on what's going on up in the Meadowlands. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He's going to float this one deep right side. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And he's got room. A big seam, and he might go all the way. The 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
He knocks it through, It's 28-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And now running right through it. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. They'll look to throw now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think? And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense. He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't. No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield. Over the middle, complete. It's Saunders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets in. Play fake here on first down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. 23 yards on the play. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much? I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up... And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right? Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open. Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they? They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too. Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. They run a draw here on second down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win. Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Now the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a 1st down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Holt. This will be caught just inside the 10. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll be a loss of 1, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Yeah, the defense definitely showing blitz here. So now 3rd and goal. Will the defense bring some extra pressure here? And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of 7 might change the thought process here as they have some options on 4th and goal. So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Carlson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. They'll set up to throw. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. And before they can get the play off, here's a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball. That's their first of this second half. They'll look to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They run the counter now on first down. And he gets this one up just shy of the 35 to the 34. That good for 22 and a first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach that I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. The Eagles on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Here comes the D swarming to the line. To throw on second down. Holt. He's going to loft one deep left side here. A swing pass caught, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
They have gone to the fourth quarter, by the way, in that game in Cleveland. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. He'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carlson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And again this time to the tailback. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. And a great spot to start this drive from here.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, here we go.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to let this one go. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that. And got his man complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Come on, let's go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there. But that's caught inside the 20. That one goes for 36 yards. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And that will write a finish to this ball game.